switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons. And ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New England Patriots and the Buffalo Bills. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This one taken from the 7. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
57. I got him. They got tight left. Alert. 3 down.
On first down, Jefferson. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Allen, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. To throw, it's Allen. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4. Fourth down. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. Throwing now is Allen. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
They'll run on first down. Jefferson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Hey, check my Eddie. Watch your 5. Right here.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Got a man, it's Brown. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A.J. Brown, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken from the 7.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Allen. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Now Allen keeps himself upright. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. To the air, Allen. He'll buy some time right. Now he'll pull it down. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Allen now looks to throw. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Jennings was the one he was looking for. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Now Michelle. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On 1st down, Jefferson. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
57 all day, dog.
On 3rd down, Jefferson. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. Up to make the tackle, J.C. Jackson.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. From midfield, here's Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a 2nd time. Here's Allen. And this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen. 49, 49's the mic, 49's the mic.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this? Against. Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5.
Check 50, check 50.
Jackson from the shotgun. Over the middle here to Brown. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Evan Ingram, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern in the middle of the end zone.
And ordinarily, that's a tough spot to find because there's usually coverage to take away that portion of the field. But they found a gap, and they exploited it.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. Now it's Stidham, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The Bills on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area. He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Now for the point after. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they? They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too. And now they're just looking to add to that total. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
A gain of 12. And the Patriot first down.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield? It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 16. And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield. He reads defenses so well, doesn't he? He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target. I don't think so either. I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there. On 2nd and 2, Jackson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Jackson. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. from 8 yards out. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
Now that touchdown won't allow you to totally relax, but you can breathe a little easier now. Just increased their lead.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
Makes the score Patriots 28, Bills 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Gets it to Gabriel on the jet sweep. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And not a fun game at all for anyone who's playing defense on the field at this point. They just gave up another first down on another good run. I wonder if the defense coordinator just says, let's sell out, play against the run, and not worry about getting beat by the pass.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
60 outlaw. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Now they'll throw it with Stidham. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Bills on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
It's a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Right back to him on first down. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Stidham. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Kelsey. The intended receiver there. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that?
Kill.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, so here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
A give to Michelle running right, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. From the gun, Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 44-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
A big play there for New England. 42 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. And they will run it with Michelle. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. Michelle on an island by himself in the backfield, second and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. The last 2 runs have gone nowhere, and now another showdown looming on third and goal. Look at this, a tight end carry. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jefferson, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen, and that is incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 42, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Come on, set. Hey, hold on. 49. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Ready, go. 49's the mic. Watch where they go.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Got a man at It's caught inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Aaron Donald, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. Going for it on 4th down. Allen, and it's complete to Kelsey. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
That's good for Bills. First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. They run the counter. Jefferson, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14. From the gun, it's Allen, escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Now Allen on 3rd down. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 36. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. 23 yards on the play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. This quarterback now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. And they'll try Michel here running on the right side. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A.J. Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to pull the playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. 7 yards there and a first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Allen's throw is complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
9 yards on the play and a first down. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Throwing on 2nd down. Allen. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Allen going to come to the line here, 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. J.C. Jackson there defensively to knock it away. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The Bills on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. Allen going to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This drive starts out on the ground with Michel. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3.
Me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Michel. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. On second down, Michel. Well, the ball is out. Michel lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On third down, Michel. Call it a gain of 5. Fourth down now.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
I'm all over you.
Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
On the ground, Michel. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down. And it's Michel once again. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. That one good for 13 at a New England first down. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for New England, they remain as hot as anyone at 6-0 now.